We're going to be using the cooking soup example again, this time with subtracting integers. So to review, when we have positive numbers, those are going to represent fire cubes that increase the temperature of our soup. And negative numbers are going to represent ice cubes that lower the temperature of our soup, makes that soup colder. Again, I have my vertical number line, and that kind of represents a thermometer that you could use to measure the temperature of your soup. So we're going to try to use some of the same examples that we used in some of the other subtracting integer videos, just so you can see the similarities and the differences between all the different methods. Once again, we have this problem, 7 minus 4, and we already know how to do this kind of subtraction. We end up with the answer 3. And so we're going to talk through an example that we're already familiar with the cooking soup method, just to make sure that we understand how to use it. We have 7 as our starting temperature, and it looks like I don't have space for 7 on my number line. So I think that kind of speaks to how this is a little bit of a difficult strategy to use, because you're not always going to have the space for the problems that you want to work on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in these. It's not perfect because really on a number line these spaces should be equal, but for now this is what we're going to do. Okay, so our starting temperature is 7, and I'm going to mark that on our number line so we know this is our starting point. We're subtracting positive 4, and that tells me that I am taking out fire cubes. So if adding a fire cube is going to increase my temperature and make it bigger, taking out fire cubes or taking away fire cubes is going to make my temperature go down. So I need to go down 4 spaces because my soup is going to get colder the more fire cubes I take out. So I'm taking out 1, 2, 3, 4 fire cubes, leaving me with a temperature of 3. And that is the answer that we thought we would get. Our next problem, -2 minus -3. We've got -2 as our starting temperature. So it's right here on our number line. And then the rest of it tells us that we are going to be taking away 3 ice cubes. So we're taking away 3 ice cubes. And if you were to take ice cubes out of a pot, the temperature of the pot would get warmer because you're taking away ice. That means that our temperature is going to get hotter, which means we're going up the number line. So I'm starting at -2, and I'm going to go up 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And that leaves me with +1 as my answer. My temperature has gotten hotter. All right, last example, -1 minus 3. So -1 is our starting point. That's right here on our number line, -1. We are subtracting, which means we're taking away We're subtracting a positive 3. We're taking away 3 fire cubes. So we take away 3 fire cubes. And if we were to take 3 fire cubes out of the soup pot, that would make our soup colder, because when you remove fire, things are going to get colder. And colder is a downward direction. So when we take away 3 fire cubes, we're going to go down 3 spaces. So our starting point is -1, and we're going down 3 spaces, leaving us at -4. So our answer is -4. We've gotten colder.